Staying with Chelsea, there's a young player by the name of Hudson Odoi. Apparently Bayern Munich have made a third bid for the Chelsea player. They seem determined to land him, offering 35 mil. 35 mil, I think Hudson is around about 18 years old. So 35 mil is, for a young, talented player. I've seen him play. I watched some of the pre-season. Man, he's electrifying. He's got pace for days. He's got a good eye for a good pass. Excuse me. Yeah, he's got a great eye for a good pass. He's looks up. He takes on players. Got a lot of pace. It'd be interesting to see if he does end up going, because there's a lot of players, English young players, actually going to the Bundesliga at the moment. I won't say a lot. There's a few. Sancho, as I mentioned before, he's at Borussia Dortmund. You got the young guy from Arsenal, Nelson. He's at I can't remember the name of the team. Hoffenheim, I think it is. And apparently he's doing well. I haven't been watching the Bundesliga as much. I am solely kind of concentrated on the Premier League, so I don't want to waffle on about that. But a lot of these young English players are going outside of England for the simple fact that they're not getting the opportunities in the clubs here. A lot of the clubs that they are playing at are bigger clubs, such as Chelsea, Man City, and things like that. So, and they got a lot of these big teams got a lot of foreign influence. All the best players want to come and play in the Premier League, or the majority anyway. There's some in the Spanish league, but if you get the Premier League, it's absolutely electrifying with amazing talent from abroad. So these young players are suffering because of that. So them actually coming through sometimes can be hard, depending on the philosophy, the principles and values of the actual club that has them to grow them and develop them into world-class players. We're seeing it at Man United at this present time. Another video for that one, we talk about Man United totally a different time, not now. This is more transfers, but if you see how Rashford and Lingard are coming along, young players coming through the academy, they get time to play, So Hudson Odoi, I think it would probably be a good move for him. I don't know what the agent of him is saying to him, if he should move on, if it's a better choice for him because he's not getting enough game time. But apparently Sarri said that he's getting enough game time, But if you're a young 18-year-old, you got the talent that he has, you want to be playing as much as possible, developing and homing in on the skills that you already have. There's a lot of young English players that we don't necessarily want to go to waste. I know I'll class myself as English. I was born in this country, so when I see young players like that are talented, I want to see them on the pitch. I want to see them playing. If it's not in this country, so be it. If they're going away, getting a lot of experience, and developing as players and growing, such as Jadon Sancho, you have to respect that. And I suppose it's not an easy thing. You leave your family, you leave your friends, but that means they got dedication. Dedication to grow as football players, and they want to be world class. That's why the more time they get on the pitch, the better they become. Training, there's only so much. You can train, but if you haven't got that game day feel, that the moments where you're creating goals or you're scoring goals or you're part of a losing team where you have to knuckle down and say next game, if you don't have that kind of mentality, there's no growth there. So I feel like Jadon Sancho put himself in an amazing position. I hope Hudson Odoi goes to Bayern Munich. I'm not sure if he'll get a lot of game time there as well, but because he's young, he is 18, and but they have an aging team there. Ribery, Robin, you know, they got an aging team there, so you know they're looking for younger players to come in, and hopefully you know those kind of players like if Hudson Odoi, Callum Hudson Odoi does go there, he can learn from these players. You remember Sterling when he left Liverpool. One of the reasons why he left Liverpool was to play with the players that he was going to be playing with, because there's no doubt when you're playing with players like David Silva, come on, you're going to learn some things, and it just so happens for him that you know he's got one of the best managers to play under. So whatever he's learning from Pep, you know, has added to his game. You see the way Sterling's playing now is absolutely phenomenal. So I feel like these young players can go to these clubs abroad and learn from the experienced world-class players that play in these teams. And hopefully it would affect their game in a positive manner, whereby when they come to play for England, they put that shirt on, they're smashing it. So I'm going to keep a closer eye on this one. Hudson Odoi, Callum Hudson Odoi, 35 mil was the latest bid from Bayern Munich. If anything comes about where they do sign him, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, man, let's see what happens there.